Hi there, my name is Sarah Westerway and I'm a Master Practitioner with Healing Solutions, and I'm here today with Kalyani Lynn, who is also a Master Practitioner on the Healing Solutions team. And welcome to Healing Solutions podcast. Today we're going to talk about Kalyani's Level 1A class that she hosts, and we're going to give you some information about how you can join and participate in the class. So thanks for joining me today, Kalyani.
So welcome, Sarah. Thanks for having me and talking about the classes.
So in a nutshell, what is the class? What is it called, and what will people learn?
Well, we started out calling it Level 1A Introduction to Muscle Testing. And then we realized, wait a second, we're teaching way more than just muscle testing. We're teaching you actually the foundation of our Healing Solutions work. So now we call it Introduction to Healing Solutions through Muscle Testing. And this is where you can refine your muscle testing or learn it for the first time and learn how to use it and learn the basis of our healing work so you can start to do stuff on your own at home.
So do you want to just explain the difference between Healing Solutions and kinesiology or applied kinesiology, because some people might have heard the term applied kinesiology or traditional kinesiology, but how are we different in what we do?
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's how I learned to first the AK method, applied kinesiology. Somebody showed me to hold the food and, push my arm down, and then I started, going through the grocery store like, push my arm down. And then when my kids wouldn't do it with me because no one else was there, I started pushing my own arm down. But so that was the beginning of self-testing. Self-testing is when you don't need someone else to push your arm or to check you. You can check on your own body. So that's one difference. And then there's a whole bunch of other things that are added into our testing that traditionally they don't do. We use polarity alignment and reversal, which is it's a big difference because that tells you if your testing is accurate or not. So it's great to add that element into our testing to just check to make sure that you are able to test your polarity is in alignment or not. So that's a great advantage. And we also test things a lot more thoroughly. We can test better than those machines, those biofeedback machines, because we'll test on 3 different levels. So we can get things that are really subtle. We check for body immune responses beyond just an allergy, like an IgE test. So our testing can show us things that blood tests can't show. There's just a whole bunch of other great things I can't even tell you all on this call.
But well, the nice thing is we do it remotely too. So, your class is held online and we as practitioners practice online remotely. So we don't have to have clients in our practice or anything like that. We can actually talk to them on the phone. So your class helps people if they want to help others to learn how to remote test as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, that's a huge bonus. We call it surrogate testing.
So what do people need to do in order to join your class? Like, what do they have to know, and what do they have to know how to muscle test already, or is it for, who is it for?
It's for anyone. You can be a complete beginner and just be learning about what even muscle testing is, or you can be have been muscle testing for years and years and just want to refine it. We get plenty of people who have been doing this on their own at home and have realized they need some help. They want to get really quick and really accurate. Maybe they work with us, so they see us just plowing through like a line of questions, yes and no's, and in like 5 seconds, and so that they want to get better at it and feel confident. But pretty much anybody who has a body can do it, because everybody's body gives us that strong and weak response from our nervous system and gives us that information. We just have to be dedicated enough to try to listen to it.
And the nice thing is, if you just want to do it for yourself, you can learn. I started off just out of interest to test my foods and my supplements. I think that's all I really wanted to do with it. So you don't have to be striving for practitioner level. You can just be wanting to test. So I think I heard maybe on the Truth Techniques video, this helps so that you don't get food poisoning. And I was like, that's a great way to test something if you're out, if you're in a place that you don't really know, or if you're at a restaurant. So, just testing really simply, this class can help just even learn something really simple like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's really, the sky is the limit to what you can use this for. I loved your example of using it at the traffic, like which route can I go? Which route should I go today? And it's so funny, I do that too. At this one turn, there's the highway or there's this little back way, and little things like that. Where should I live? And, who should I date? Oh, just your life. We all have questions, so it's really great to have your own inner guide, your own self, your own deep wisdom to help you, guide you.
And I think for me, learning it was easy to just do simple things like, should I turn left or should I turn right? That was easy for me to figure out my testing and get confident with my testing, because it didn't really matter if I turned left or right, really. I mean, I might have got stuck in traffic, but for me to become objective, I learned really simple things. So, where should we eat today? Should we go here? Should we go there? Like things that when you're a beginner that aren't so daunting are good ways to start. So I think that's where I started with the traffic. Do I turn left or do I turn right?
Yeah. You want to start off testing like, do I have cancer, or
Yeah, you want to be objective and find stuff that you can do. And I think just bringing it into your everyday life is just a really easy way, and things that, it's not really going to matter, but just while you're learning, it's, those simple little things, and you'll teach them what you can. I mean, like you said, the sky's the limit of what you can test. And, we have clients ask us all kinds of random questions, and, we can test it for them. But yeah, for beginners, they just might want to test their foods or supplements or something like that.
Yeah, but I love seeing people's faces when they realize that there's things they didn't think of that we bring up in class, and ways to use it. And when they make that jump themselves and find the answer themselves, it's really great to see people empowered like that.
Yeah, it is really empowering. So do you want to describe what the class format is, and, does it run online, how many days, what's involved, and how people can sign up?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So we should be offering this about every 2 months. We take a little break over the Christmas, New Year's time, and we post them on our website, Healing Solutions, besthealingsolutions.com, under events, and it should be there in the mastery program or just on the calendar. And it's usually 3 days, 3 weekends so far, and each class is 2 hours long on Zoom, and they're all recorded. So if you can't make it, you can get the recordings. And then you also get paper notes, written notes that you can print out and make yourself a little binder and go through. So you get a little homework, and you get to see yourself grow each week as we progress. And there's little quizzes and things you can do online. It's all optional. It's all up to you to take it wherever you'd like to go in your life. And then after this class, we have testing labs too, to help support you further along in your journey. And then we also have our student Facebook page too, which you host. So that's
the good thing about the classes is anyone can do it for whatever purpose they want. So if someone is joining you and they've never muscle tested and they're new to even the terminology, they can do it. And if someone is, a confident muscle tester, they can do it to just get some more skills. And if they're wanting to satisfy the levels, so level 1A, your class is level 1A. And then once they do that, they can do level 1B with Dr. Tom Miller. So there's a range of, people who would like to do this class. And then just by doing your class, you can join, like the people can join our Facebook group, and that is with everyone who's studying healing solutions from, being just a beginner to the practitioner. And that helps everybody to get together. And if you have any questions as a student, it could be a really basic question or it could be a really advanced question, and we're here to help. And the practitioners chime in and give some answers to those questions. So the Facebook page is a really great way to get together after the class and join other people who you might never have met before, who've done the classes or are doing sort of different levels. So what are prerequisites? Do you have to do or buy a product before you join your class, or what will they learn?
Oh, there's no requirements at all. Like I said before, you just have to have a body and want to learn. And I do recommend signing up early, because as soon as you sign up, we'll send you the muscle testing techniques, because it does help to have some kind of relationship with your body, have tried something to sort of kind of feel your strong and weak, your yes and no. So I'll send those out to everybody right away, so you can just play with them, see if one works for you or not, so you can see if you can get anywhere on your own. And then of course in class, we're going to go over all those again, and then I can even muscle test for you which one your body says is easiest and best for you to learn on. Yeah, so then you can just jump right in. And then something else I wanted to tell you, what we test in class. Well, there's just so many things to go over, but one big thing people find really helpful is our toxin testing, our environmental toxins. Is there something in your world, your lifestyle, that is the problem for your body, that you have some kind of reaction to? So whatever that is, we call it a toxin. It doesn't mean it's like Agent Orange, it's, toxic. It might just be, nuts or something. But so we'll show you how to test for all environmental toxins, which is huge for people. And then we do talk about supplements too. So talk about alternatives for your diets. We talk about some things like hydration and EMFs and some other cool things thrown in there too that are relevant to testing well.
And the nice thing about having the group and you as a practitioner leading this is you can help each other. And, people quite often get frustrated that they can't do a particular test. Like, for me to start with, I was always doing the ring pull, but I sort of couldn't get it. And then I realized that I was reversed, and I was reversed because we had mold in our house. And I tried and tried and tried and tried, and I just couldn't get it. So you can help people if they are stuck and they kind of know that they want to do that particular muscle test, to figure out why and what's blocking them. So they have they have the group and you to help them to figure out what's going on and to make sure there's no blocks, so that they can test accurately. Because when you're a beginner, you don't necessarily know what the blocks are. So that helps them to learning that. So the class is awesome for the support that you get to learn how to muscle test.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up. That's a really great example of what happens to people sometimes when they're in an environment that reverses their polarity. So there's, that means there's a toxin there, and then they can't figure it out. So then they just give up. Oh, I can't do it. I'm a failure. It's over. It's like, no, you just go outside and test, or we'll help, we'll help everybody. I try and at least get everybody's toxin testing done in a group, or just make sure that everybody's like able to get their yes and no by the end of class. Usually our classes are pretty small, so we can address everybody a little bit individually. And also the testing labs are there for after the class, and I recommend everybody takes advantage of at least one of those, just to make sure you're really online, because everybody has also non-physical things that can come into their testing field and affect their testing, and those are a little hard to catch when you're learning. So so we talk about those in the class, and then we'll be able to address those in the labs. So you don't have to have a whole practitioner session just to work on your testing. It's much more cost effective just to come to a lab and also get that individual attention. So that helps people really get out of the, you know, that catch 22. If you can't test right away, then what's in my field, what's going on, that's in the way, and how to clear that up so you're right on.
And
Yeah.
do you want to just quickly talk about the labs? We'll do a different video on the labs specifically, but once somebody's done the level 1A class, then they have access to the testing labs, which you do with Dr. Tom Miller at times. Do you want to just quickly explain what they are?
Yeah, so either me and Tom or me or Tom will be available for a testing lab. So a group lab is an hour for $50. A private lab is half hour for $75, and that can be scheduled at your convenience. And then we get one-on-one, we get with you on Zoom and find out what's going on with your testing. You know, if you have questions, you can bring them up. Otherwise, we can just go through, you know, just double check all your toxins you're holding on physical, make sure you're clear and ready to go.
So just again, we're going to tell people to find out the information about level 1A, Kalyani's online class. You can go to www.besthealingsolutions.com and you can find the information either in the Best Healing Solutions calendar or under the mastery program. And if you want to get some more information, you can email the business manager, Tim, and that's Tim at besthealingsolutions.com. We'll put all this information at the end of the video, and you can get some more information from him as well. And the testing labs, there's the information about those. So definitely something that we want to recommend for people who are joining. Level 1A is a fantastic class, and we are so blessed to have Kalyani teaching that class, because my background is a teacher, and if Kalyani was my school teacher, I would, you know, be jumping over the moon, because I think she has patience and she is thorough with her classes. And, you know, I would like everyone to sign up and get the information that they need to be empowered and to muscle test for themselves or for others. You know, we're really blessed that you are taking this on, Kalyani, and doing this for the students. So thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, Sarah. That's so sweet of you. Hey, and you know what? We're going to start a muscle testing class for teens too. So look out for that.
Woohoo!
Sometimes better than us grown-ups. So,
and sometimes they need to test, I think. So,
yeah,
especially teenagers coming into you know, adulthood, that would be really helpful.
Yeah. So bring your kids.
Awesome.
Yeah, anybody. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so to find out some more information, follow the links at the end of this video. And again, thank you, Kalyani, for giving us all this information and hosting these classes. And, you know, we really appreciate what you do.
Thank you. Hope I see you in class.